Hey, I'm KevTV. Let's go on some more coverage from. No, this is LRL MotoGP. Yes, this is the other league that I race in, LRL MotoGP, run by Dan Mack, and this features the MotoGP 14 video game. Every Monday we do 10 lap races with tyre wear on, and we do a full qualifying session before that with random weather as well. And the random weather seems to choose wet a lot. He seems to choose the rain a lot. I swear it's rigged. I swear it's rigged. Milestone, what have you done to it? But this is the first round around Qatar, and we did a test race around Mugello. There were lots of crashing, lots of stuff to get used to in these races, and you will see quite a lot of those similar things in this race as well. You're going to see a very different riding style to how we are now, and we're at the end of the season in real life now. This was right at the beginning of the season. We had 6 riders, we have 4 riders now, but everyone's a bit more on the even pace now. It's actually a bit more fun. Everyone seems to be fighting each other. Now there's still a few crashes, but it's more battling, and it seems to be in a good place. Now at this stage we're still figuring out how to do this, how to race online, because we haven't done it much before this. How to do these races with the tyre wear, because using soft tyres, we did this for the first few races, not the best choice, as they wear out about halfway through, and then the last half of the race is just survival, really. And also the riding style, you'll see me use lots of rear brake in these corners, like getting the bike in late or early and getting the rear bit out by using the rear brake and braking really late. Now I ride without using the rear brake really, because that just rears your rear tyres out and you've got no rear grip, you're going nowhere fast. And so yeah, this was quite a learning experience these first few races. And as you can see, we're doing a qualifying lap of a 150, not 59, that was a 155 something. But as you can see, this was a recurring theme of these early races, where the time on the clock has run out, but we've still got about 40 seconds to finish our lap. And I would go red in these laps, but wouldn't be able to finish them. It was very frustrating, but I don't think I would have got pole here. I would have been up the order because I got a bit wide in the last corner, but you know, it doesn't really matter in the overall grand scheme of things, because you know, there's not many riders around here. As you can see, coming out the last corner, time runs out. We're 2.5 seconds off Barinator on the Yamaha, and it's the Yamaha 1, 2, 3. Look at that, Sam and Josh completing the front row. And then we're sandwiched between a couple of Hondas, Dan Mack on the Marquez Honda, and look at that, CK on the Alvaro Baptista Honda. And we've got that's Alicia Spargo, Valentino Rossi, and Jorge Renzo at the front. But on the first lap, yeah, I forgot to press record in time. I didn't know the starting procedure. As I said, it's our first proper race, so yeah, I said it. I forgot to press record when we were in the garage before getting onto the track. We only have 15 seconds in the garage, which was like F1, where you have 30 seconds at least, and more like upwards towards a minute to do your settings and everything. I wish they would do that in these MotoGP games, because 15 seconds ain't long enough. We can tell you that, especially when we figured out you have to use hard tyres in the race, and we didn't have enough time to change onto high tyres. But as you can see, I'm about 3 seconds back from the pack here, and as you can see, Josh in first place, already crashing as well. And as I said, recurring theme of this race. And this first few laps is just about gunning it, going as hard as we can to make up this time and get to the back of this pack in front of us. And you can see there's a front pack that develops, and then there's a back pack as well, and not a backpack that you wear, but a backpack at the back of this circuit. As Josh does a 57 there on the first out, reassuring we're going to go much faster than that. But Dan Mack, we've already caught up to him, only a second behind him now, as Sam and Barinator battling hard. And as you can see, Dan Mack going wide once again. He's really struggling in these early parts. As I said, just getting used to riding in these 10 lap races. I haven't ridden in 10 lap races before this. I think I did, yeah, Moto 3, I did 25% races in career mode, and so they at most 7 laps, and of course they have nowhere near the power of these bikes, and so they're quite easy to ride as well. But with no assist on these bikes, I do full manual in MotoGP 14. I do all the tuck-in, I do all the rear braking, as I said, no assists on, and so yeah, I was still getting used to riding these bikes as well at this stage. And so yeah, lots to learn in these first few races. Not making any excuses, but this was the same for everyone as well, as we don't really practice in between. I don't think anyone really practices in between anymore. At first, in these first few races, I think some of us did, but yeah, most of us didn't. And as you can see, Denmark going wide all over the place onto this second lap, and look at this, past him as he gets a bit scritty out of that last corner. Look at that, Barinator, a 54 flat. He's putting down a hammer in his Yamaha, and look at that, Josh taking the lead from CK. But on to the next lap now, crossing the line in 5th place, in the middle of the nowhere really. We made a gap on Dan, but we're quite a few seconds here. You see a couple of seconds behind Sam, going into the first corner, very tricky first corner, going into his right-hander at Qatar, the Losail International Circuit, and we done a 54 flat, just faster than Barinator, and I believe that was the fastest lap of the race overall as well. I don't believe there was a fastest lap, else I probably would have shown it in these highlights. But yeah, I think we're just catching up to Sam, who's battling hard in this front 4 pack, and onto lap 5. This is where the tyres were at their peak really. They're starting to go down now. Look at that, 55.8, and we are catching on the, oh god, hard battling between the Yamahas of Josh and Sam. I believe they are Lorenzo and Rossi as well, so quite fit in there as we're right behind him into this tight left-hander. And as this circuit, it just, look at the layout, it's just like kind of Bahrain really. It's that typical Middle Eastern circuit, it seems, or the typical Tilke circuit, even I don't believe this was designed by him, where you have a twisty section, mainly in the middle sector, and then you have a quite fast last sector, and the first sector is kind of in between with some tight and some fast corners. And look at that, oh, Josh getting the rear end out of the left-hander, so up to 4th place. We're in a battle for a podium spot at the moment, right behind Sam, about a second behind him. And so this circuit I don't really like, really. I prefer Bahrain. I'll be honest. That's all. Don't get on the curve, Kev. Don't get on the curve, because you almost lose the bike there. And so yeah, this circuit I'm not really a bigger fan of. It's got lights. Apparently lights makes everything better, even though I didn't think it made Bahrain better this year. I think it made it a bit worse actually, but yeah, everyone likes the cars under the lights. As we go a bit wide in turn 1, braking where we normally are. This is the stage of the race where the tyre wear set in, and look at us, we can't even get the bike going. As I said, no rear grip, you ain't going anywhere, son. As it looks like Josh has made his way back past in the Yamaha, as we're sticking behind him now. And now we're in a battle for 4th. We've lost Sam, we've lost the front 3. We're in a battle for 4th now, on the number 4 bike as well, of Andrea Dovizioso. Oh, he's losing it in front, Josh. Somebody's held it, as unfortunately Dan Mack is down. Unfortunately, he's a bit adrift of the pack as well, as you can see on the mini-map on the right-hand side. And you can see the tyre rail on the right-hand side as well, on that bike icon. You can see the rear tyres are not green anymore. And this is very bad for us, as unfortunately Dan Mack's down again, as we get too much brake on into that right-hander. We came in a bit too fast and just braked late, and yeah, that's not going to work on a motorbike. It's not like a car where all you do is drift right. This is where you can fall off and lose a couple of seconds, as we have done to Josh. As now we go on to lap 7. Look at this, we're over 3.5 seconds behind Josh as we're braking for the corner. This is not working. This is where we're still losing the rear brake as well, so of course we're losing it on the rear, as Josh is not really getting going, just like us a couple of laps ago. As CK's also crashed as well on his Honda in front of us, battling for a podium spot, and Nicholas Barnett and Sam battling for the lead as well, as into this out of this last corner. Even look at that wheel spin, going for about 500 metres out of the corner as you go on to lap 8 now, getting the slipstream of this Yamaha. The Ducati, famous for its grunt down the straights in real life, doesn't quite have enough here. And into this first corner, and look at this, Josh has gone very wide. He's going for his own line. He is going to Bahrain, but it looks like we're back past him into 4th spot now. Can we hold it? Can we just survive the rest of this race? No, we can't. Look at that great move from Josh, diving down the inside. And I was still learning how to battle with these bikes, because of course they're a bit thinner than the cars. You don't have the quite field of view as the cars do. You don't have mirrors. You can't really tell when the bike is going to come down. That's why you need arrows, and I didn't have these for this first race, or I believe the second race, but it's imperative to turn the arrows on so you know where your competitor is. As into that last corner, trying to get a tighter line, trying to get some slipstream going on to this penultimate lap. Now it looks like we got some, but it's not quite enough though. Into the first corner, let's brake hard. Let's turn in a bit earlier next time, Kev. Turn in a bit earlier as you go a bit wide, and there goes Josh, gaining another second on us. But yeah, I was actually talking about the circuit before, wasn't I? Now Sam crashes in second place, but I think he's still ahead of CK. Unfortunately, can't get going again. As whoa, Josh is losing it a lot out of that left-hander. Yeah, just Qatar, not one of my favourite circuits, one of the worst circuits, I believe, on the MotoGP calendar. I'm just not a fan of these types of circuits, these modern circuits, it seems. I'm just not really a big fan of, unfortunately, as we dive down the inside of Josh. And oh, hello, mate. As yeah, that's why you need arrows. He can be right behind you and you not know it on a motorbike. But he's got back past us into that right hand. A nice move as you go into the left. Look at this. Looks like we settled into the rhythm now, riding with these worn tyres. Better than Josh has. He's going a bit wide in. Maybe it's just because he's defending as well, as we're going wide and trying to get the cut back, getting the power early-ish, and try and stay on the bike, as unfortunately Danmark is down. But yeah, just not a big fan of the circuit. Had a couple classic MotoGP races the last couple of years, but yeah, just generally not a big fan of this. So it was loads of runoff in the desert, not very fun to ride, and especially that middle sector with all the corners as you go a bit wide into one, just like Josh on this final lap. We had the run there, just not enough to get past him as he defended the inside. But into the left-hander. Oh, he's got the back end going again. Oh, we're up to 4th spot as Josh just did it when he was battling with Sam, remember. Just too much power and the bike is gone. And we're about 10 seconds behind CK. Wow, we've lost lots of time to the front. Look at that Baronator all by himself, it seems, at the front as he crosses the line, goes for the win. Well done to him, as we had the similar pace to CK. So, you know, if we had just controlled the middle part of that race a bit better after our charge, who knows. But in the end, 4th place on the number 4 bike. I think we'd take that. I think Ducati would take that in real life as well, as Sam crosses on. Baronator and Sam didn't actually crash. It was the AI glitch crashing after you crossed the line. And Baronator was the only guy who didn't crash during the race. It is a miracle. He must be a robot. I swear he was a robot in his first few races. But as I said, we're mostly just getting used to battling each other on the line and, you know, respecting each other and just getting used to riding in these conditions, as we haven't really done it much against the AI. And as you can see, we're in 4th place with Josh in 5th. Damn, that didn't complete it when the timer had gone. CK in 3rd, Sam 2nd, and Baronator 1st. Yamaha 1-2. Hope you enjoyed this. I'll be back with round 2 in Austin. Hopefully it's a bit less crashes there. So have watching. I'll see you then.